Next up, Volkswagen Jetta. And this one happens to have the 1.8 liter turbo engine in it. Not a bad engine, but personally I hate anything Volkswagen. You know, they have quite a bit of issues. They're a pain in the ass to work on. See all these tubes and stuff going everywhere. This one's actually getting a timing belt done today. Timing belts, they synchronize the camshaft and the crankshaft, and they open and close the valves. Controls airflow in and out of the cylinder head. What happens if a timing belt breaks on these ones? Well, your engine becomes toast. It's gone. There is no saving it. It is done. Dead. Most of these end up in junkyards for that reason. Now the timing belt is actually this piece right here. This guy. Now, a lot of manufacturers have switched over to timing chains. You know, yeah, they're a little bit louder. Timing belts are a little bit quieter. And that's really the only difference between them. Timing belts have to be replaced. And it depends on manufacturers. Some are due at $60,000. Some are due at up to $105,000. European stuff like Audis, you better get that done at $60,000. Kias, Hyundais, generally about $90,000 is when they're due. Subarus, you can go a little bit longer. But some engines have it to where if the belt breaks, they don't destroy the engine. This one has not that case. And I'd also like to point out, if we can get focused in, you see all these cracks right here? Yeah, those aren't supposed to be there. That means this thing's done. Parts, well, it's European, so they're all going to be a little bit more expensive. But the main problem is the labor is, you know, you got this much room to work. That's it. Also, these things tend to set a check engine light off for everything. You hit a bump in the road, they set a check engine light. This thing sneezes funny, it sets a check engine light. The other thing, pretty much all Volkswagens do this. If you own one, you've probably had to do it yourself. The dipstick. Okay, if you go anywhere and they tell you, hey, we broke your dipstick, you know, don't go to your mechanic. Be like, oh, you guys are fucking dumbasses. What kind of idiot breaks a dipstick? Well, Volkswagen dipsticks, they're just casted on and basically glued. Glue doesn't even stick that well. It's just kind of, this metal piece right here is just kind of formed inside of the plastic. And so after a while, a few heat cycles, yeah, they break. It happens. You know, it's nothing that your mechanic did. There's nothing he could have done to prevent that. It just happens because, well, hey, guess what? It's a shitty design. Also, the coolant on these things. That G12 right there, you have to use G12. It's an expensive coolant. Don't go thinking you can stick regular green in these things. Don't go thinking you can stick multi-vehicle in these things. Or, oh, hey, it's red, so I'll just use this cheap Xerox Toyota red stuff. Yeah, great in Toyotas, does not play well in these cars. It starts to corrode things. I don't know why, but it just does. I can't tell you how many of these things I've had to flush out and replace radiators and hoses because stuff got eaten because somebody decided to put the wrong coolant in. Yeah, that stuff's expensive, but hey, guess what? It lasts a long frickin' time. So, yeah, there's Volkswagen. I mean, I could go on and on and on about these things. I hate them, but that's just me.